You are not going to believe how these two survivors defied the odds in one of South Korea's deadliest plane crashes. A South Korean passenger plane carrying nearly 200 people crashed just last week on December 29, 2024, leaving only 2 survivors in its aftermath. The severity of the crash is still sinking in, with officials describing the scene as absolute devastation. The fact that anyone survived at all is a miracle, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around the sheer scale of this tragedy. Warning, this video covers a severe aviation disaster with massive loss of life. Viewer discretion is advised, as some content may be distressing. But first, if you want to stay up to date on this and other aviation news stories, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you want to support the channel, a like goes a long way, and feel free to let me know down in the comments what other aviation events and/or disasters you'd like to see covered next. Flight 2216, a Boeing 737-800, was headed northeast from Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok, Thailand, to Muan International Airport in Muan County, South Korea, when it encountered a bird strike as it approached the airport. On board were 181 passengers and crew, all likely bracing for landing when the disaster struck. The aircraft was 15 years old, having been delivered to the airline in 2017. Notably, in February 2021, the aircraft experienced a tail strike during takeoff from Gimpo International Airport in Seoul, for which Jeju Air was fined 2.2 billion won, or $1.5 million, by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport for violating safety regulations. Following the bird strike, the crew initiated a go-around maneuver to reassess the situation and attempt another landing. During the second approach, the aircraft failed to deploy its landing gear, resulting in a belly landing that occurred well beyond the normal touchdown zone. After touching down without landing gear, the plane overshot the runway and collided with the reinforced concrete wall, leading to a catastrophic explosion. As rescue teams combed through the wreckage, they found the 2 survivors, both of whom are in critical but stable condition. The authorities have identified them as a 33-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman, although their names have not been released. According to eyewitnesses, the woman was found unconscious but breathing, while the man was able to free himself from the wreckage despite suffering severe injuries. The rescue efforts were nothing short of heroic, with emergency responders working through the night to search for anyone who might have survived. While initial reports suggest a bird strike may have contributed to the accident, aviation experts have cautioned against premature conclusions, indicating that other factors, including potential mechanical failures or pilot error, could have played a role. The aircraft's black box has been recovered, and investigators are working to analyze the data to determine what went wrong. The pilots, both of whom tragically lost their lives, were experienced flyers with over 8,000 flight hours between them. The crash has left the aviation industry reeling, with many experts already drawing comparisons to other high-profile crashes in recent years. The weather at the time of the crash was reported to be clear, with a temperature around 39 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius. Visibility was good, and there was no significant weather phenomena, such as heavy rain or strong winds, that could have contributed directly to the crash. Given these conditions, investigators have ruled out weather as a primary factor and are focusing on potential mechanical failures, bird strike reports, and pilot actions during the second landing attempt. "It's a miracle anyone survived at all," said Oh Hung-woo, a local resident who witnessed the crash. "I saw the plane going down and I just knew it was going to be bad. I'm glad they were able to find anyone alive." This tragedy is a sobering reminder of all the risks involved in air travel, and our thoughts are with the families of all those affected by this terrible crash. The United States Air Force avoids crashes like these by training their pilots in this simulator. But what if I told you a brand new simulator has just been released and it blows all the others completely out of the water? Find out why in this video right here. It's gonna blow your mind.